This is that follow-up video I promised in my last video regarding the car and what we found. Typical stuff I knew I was going to find. These body mounts were all goobered up with tar, and of course, so this one's totally trashed. They had tar all the way up into here. You can see I got a high lift there right now. It's actually holding this. I can pull that out of there. I figured I'd give you a little preview of what you're gonna see on this channel with that mount I remade last night. I'll show you that here pretty soon at the end of this video. Here's the other side. So the mounts are shot. Gonna have to redo those. Those videos will be coming pretty soon. I'll probably complete this whole side, show you what it looks like, and then when I redo this side, I'll have the boy video it as I do it kind of step by step. It's hard to do it and film it at the same time, especially now that I don't have a camera and I'm just using my phone. What we found over here is, like I said, changes direction. Oh yeah, look at that, the whole side of the car is gone. Yep, floor's gone, everything's gone. We started working on the car, getting into it, digging into it, and it was all rotted. It was all just junk. When I got into the floor, I actually found out that the front floor pan here and a floor pan that was kind of midway here onto that brace was made out of 1/8 inch plate. Here it is here, actually. That was the floor, and you can see where I cut out that body mount. That's used the plasma cutter to do that. Didn't have the air set quite correctly, but it makes nice cuts, even on old rusty cleaned up 1/8 inch plate like that. So got into it. Floor was trashed. I actually started test fitting some of the panels. Test fitted the back panels. They fit really nice. I'll insert a picture of, let's see, the rocker and the front panel, front of the rear quarter here. You can see where I was drawing cut lines for it. I'll show you that all mocked up. The MS stuff fits really nice. I just started getting into it and I was not happy with what was underneath. The other big thing is these braces. These braces are trash. They're rotted. I figured, no big deal. I started looking for them. You can find them, places sell them. They're about, I don't know, 40 bucks each. There's one there and there's one there. So I wasn't too worried about that. My issue came into play when I actually started looking and mocking up the rocker. I was like, where does the inner rocker mount? Something's wrong here. I started digging around, looking, finding pictures of the brackets, or the braces, these braces, and I came to find out I had a big problem. These braces, which I could buy and put in, actually come from this body mount down to this body mount and then jog down with a ledge right about here. That one does the same thing. Body mount jogs down with a ledge. I actually threw this all the way over there. Let me climb in here and get it. This here is actually the front body mount. Bottom of the floor. This is the brace that's made into the floor. It should go underneath there. They bonded or tarred that all up too. I have to take that mount out. But this sits in there. That is the lip I'm talking about. That should be right here on the end of that brace and on the end of that brace that the inner rocker tack welds to. So now I was like, crap. Alright, gotta buy braces. I said, well, let me see what the other side looks like. Went and looked at that side. Guess what it's made out of? 1/8 inch plate steel too. Looks just like this side. Braces are all rotted out. So that's when I came to the conclusion that got to put a whole new floor in the car. EMS makes great stuff, top-notch product, But for me to piece it all together and make a floor out of it with all the braces, and then, you know, drilling them out, spot welding all the braces in from, you know, the kick panel here all the way back to behind this back panel. There's a ledge that goes up into the trunk. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of piecing together. That's a lot of seams. That's a lot of spot welds, braces. It wasn't cost effective anymore. Whereas I found a company that makes the whole piece. They're in Indiana, from the kick panel all the way up. I'll insert a picture with floor with the bracing already spot welded on, already finished in weld through primer. All I gotta do is cut this floor up, put it on, and then I can mount my rockers and my inner rocker, outer rocker. Then I can put my rear quarters on. So it all started as I dug deeper. I found out there was no structure to do the outside too correctly. No starting point of reference. So the whole floor is getting cut out. So that kind of put a hold on things, because I had saved a bunch of money to start working on the car as soon as it warmed up. That floor is $1,100, the one I want, the one I'm going to get. Had that money saved up and spent it on something else. I'll show you that in another video, because I want to try to keep these videos short so I'm not just boring you guys. So this is what changed the direction of the car, because once I got to there I found this. Yep, some frame damage, little rot. So now I got to separate the car from the frame, do a full frame inspection, and that brought me to the conclusion, well, it's going to be a big project. I might as well do what I've always wanted to do to a 48 through 54 Chevy. My favorite body styles are Chevys. I know I said this was going to be a gasser originally. That has changed. It is going to be more of a street rod. It is getting put on airbags. It's getting a 2-link suspension from a company called JBC out of Riverside, California. I'm going to butcher their name. I believe it's the Ramirez Brothers Customs. Make a beautiful 2-link kit that I'm going to put in here. They also make a Mustang 2 style front end that bolts into this chassis on air. Debating on that still, because I think I might just change this original style over to airbags, which takes a little fab work to get a bag in there, some cutting, some fabrication of brackets. I don't know. That's up in the air right now. But that's where the car's going. That's the change of direction. It's not going to be gasser anymore. It's going to be put down on the ground, airbagged, real nice, with a nice big powerful engine. That'll be in another video. Some cool little tidbits that I'll show you of what's going into the car. But so to get back to kind of what the channel is going to be about, things like this body mount. So I just busted the bolts because they're rusted in there, and I found this piece. This piece looked to be made out of about 1/8 inch plate. You see this piece here kicks up and it's flat in the front, but then if you look at this side you can see how it's a little higher in the front, so it had a step, and you can see how it was offset there, because when I put this in I thought maybe the car had shifted over this way, but by looking at the other side you see that it hasn't. Also, I don't know if you can pick it up, but there's a discoloration in the metal. So there was actually another piece that came down and bent in like this that welded to this piece. So kind of what's going to happen on this channel is things like this. I'm going to take pieces like this in this garage with tools like that right there, with pieces of steel like this, with these tools from Eastwood, which I said were cheap. I mean, they were cost effective. They're nothing big. They're just, you know, guys in their garage like me building stuff. not really expensive, middle line I would call them, and turn that flat steel and a piece like this to work with into a piece like that. Not done yet, but it fits in there. I'll insert a bunch of pictures. It's kind of what I've come up with so far. Needs to get a lot of trimming done. Just made templates, bending, hammering, a vise. This is not finished yet. It is just been cut. It has not been welded. As you can see, I still have to do the welding on it to get everything welded together. But I mean, it is just, there you go, you can see now that it's not welded. It's just roughed out. Did it last night. Probably took me, I don't know, hour and a half of just thinking, cutting, banging. I gotta drill holes in it, but as you can see, it's a pretty close replica of what was probably there. And I'll take it. Stick it back under here, and it's going to essentially go like that, and that piece is going to come down onto the back of it. It's going to weld into here. It's going to attach and weld into here, and it's going to weld along the bottom, and it's going to weld into there. And then I believe what the original looked like I said, I'm just guessing, but this piece came down and had a bump out for the mounts. So that's what you're going to see on this channel, is me hand making parts like this for this car that they don't make, and how I was taught how to do things. That was a piece of steel, and in 2 hours I made a body mount. Is it absolutely original? I have no idea, because I don't know what the original one looked like. I know it's made out of roughly the same gauge. I know the original one fits almost right in there, and I know I use those tools to make it with a vise. Some measuring and some know-how. Quick little update, guys. Just messing around today. Same night. I just said screw it, stay out here, cut a little piece. You see that line going all the way across? That will be the cut line. I just made that piece that big because I needed to get the contour right all the way down. So we'll be cut straight across there. I'll section another piece in there. That will be my lower body mount. Just refining it. Don't judge yet. Still got a lot of work to do. Gaps to tighten up. Nothing's welded, obviously. Hell, I haven't even welded that yet. Just doing some fitting. A bit of hand banging and trying to get her done. So a quick update I'll add on the back side of the video. Chopped all that. Took the spot welds out of there. So this piece is going to be a little bit more complicated because that back piece there actually wraps around there, and this piece attaches to it. So it'll be a little bit challenging, but here's what she's looking like. There's a new one. There's the old one. It's not exact, but I got a couple more hours to work on it, and we'll make sure she looks good. And right now it's actually resting on it, so it's in there right now. It's sitting on it. Just a quick update for the end of the video. Again, thanks for watching. Subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe if you like what you see. If you don't, let me know. If you do, let me know what else you'd like to see. Like I said, I will make in-depth videos once I get one side done, so a little bit more streamlined, and my son can video them. Thank you.